Do you know what is Infrastructure Cess? And what are its benefits? Please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be the first one to receive the notification of our latest videos. You can also help us bring you the best and most reliable and updated information related to banking and finance by supporting us on patreon.com by just £1 a month. Link in the description. Hello and welcome to BankReed, where millions of people around the world can learn and be aware of banking and finance. So let's get started. What is Infrastructure Cess? The Infrastructure Cess is a type of tax levied on the mass production of vehicles. Motor vehicle manufacturers are obliged to pay this tax to the government. The introduction of Infrastructure Cess in 2016 forced the vehicle manufacturers to increase the price of their offerings. The tax rate which is applicable depends on the capacity and type of vehicle produced by the manufacturer. The funds collected by the government through Infrastructure Cess is then used for funding infrastructure projects in the country. How much is the Infrastructure Cess? The Infrastructure Cess was announced during the budget of 2016 by the former Finance Minister Untitled. As per the official announcement by the Finance Ministry. Is the Infrastructure Cess applicable on two-wheelers and three-wheelers? No, the Infrastructure Cess is only levied on cars and other heavy vehicles. Two-wheelers and three-wheelers are currently not required to pay any Infrastructure Cess. But two-wheelers and three-wheelers are still required to pay other excise duties as applicable under the Central Excise Act of 1944 and other required taxes. How does the government use Infrastructure Cess? In the past, when road cess were paid, the funds collected were only used by the government for the construction of roads in the whole country. But the introduction of road and infrastructure cess has expanded the scope of how the funds can be used in the country. Now, the infrastructure cess collected by the government is used for the development and maintenance of national highways, rural and state roads, railway projects, improving railway safety, and other infrastructure projects in fields like energy, communication, water, sanitation, and transport. How much does the government collect on average through the Infrastructure Cess? In 2018-19, the government collected around 1.13 trillion rupees through Infrastructure Cess. But with the growing popularity of four-wheeler vehicles among Indian families is expected to help the government earn more than 1.27 trillion rupees through this cess is 2019-20. The collection is expected to be higher for 2020-21. Also, there are reports which suggests that the government would soon subsume Infrastructure Cess in GST. Infrastructure Cess in India. It is only with the help of funds contributed by the taxpayers that the government can build the country. Through the collection of taxes, the government can offer welfare schemes, strengthen the defense capabilities of the country, and improve infrastructure. Taxpayers should always pay the taxes on time and effectively contribute to the progress of the nation. What is the automotive industry doing to offset the cost of Infrastructure Cess? Indian automobile industry, which contributes to the nation's manufacturing GDP by 40%, has responded negatively to the news and is furthermore concerned about the possible downturn in business. Roland Folger, the former CEO of Mercedes-Benz India, has said that the introduction of these new rates played havoc role with their products' pricing. He also said that the company has decided to increase the price across its product ranges between 3% and 5% to balance the cost of selling their vehicles and paying the cess. Hyundai India, too, has decided upon a similar move and has increased the prices of their offerings. While their lowest increase stands at 3,000 rupees on the Eon models, the highest price increase was 80,000 rupees on its premium SUV, the Santa Fe. The former senior VP of Honda Cars India Limited, HCIL, Gyaneshwar Sen also expressed his disappointment towards the introduction of Infrastructure Cess. He further lamented on the apparent lack of consideration by the government, especially for a sector which contributes to over 40% of the country's manufacturing GDP. He also suggested that the company would hike car prices ranging from 4,000 rupees to 80,000 rupees. While the Infrastructure Cess has been introduced by the government to help build better road network in the whole country, the auto industry as a whole feels that it has been sidelined. The economic impact of the cess, however, can only be weighed up in the next few years. Thanks for watching. We hope you learned something valuable today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the bell icon to be the first one to get the notification of all the upcoming videos.